I want to start. You and I were just talking about your boys, and I have so much respect for the manner that you work with them on their golf game. And I was reminded of that over the weekend watching Rory McIlroy win the FedEx Cup. And I remember you telling me that his approach to the game is what's going to make a difference to his career. Tell me what that's all about, because I got a hint of that on Sunday.
Well, I don't think I don't remember saying that, but you just saying that, that doesn't just apply to him, that applies to anyone. It's always about the approach. It's always about the lens through which you look at something. It's never really about the X's and the O's.
What do you see in him? What got him over the top?
I don't think it really goes anywhere to say, well, this is what he did, and so everyone can learn from that and go do the same thing. Those things don't go anywhere. Those are just sort of pats on the back that they don't mean anything. I think it's much more effective and applicable and practical to talk about what it is that prevents performance, much more than what it is that enhances it. I think knowing what the not is a far more effective route because no one really knows what the is. Mm-hmm. And so the nots are actually, it's a much more effective route to go.
What is that? Because there's obviously a strand of DNA that separates these world-class performers from the rest of the world. What do they see that the rest of us don't?
I don't think, that's, once again, I very much shy away from the 7 habits of effective people. And I just,
as do I.
I don't, so I don't want to put anyone on a pedestal and say, well, these guys are great. And I just don't. I think every human being has the potential to be great. And so I don't think anyone should follow anyone or look up to anyone. So, first of all, I don't think that tour players should be compared against weekend golfers. I think that's scraping the bottom of the barrel. That makes no sense. Well, why wouldn't you be better than a weekend golfer? And weekend golfers are used as scapegoats to make the tour player look better. So it really is judging within the PGA Tour than it is PGA Tour versus your 72-year-old with arthritis. I mean, what kind of comparison is that? I mean, if you have to go that low, then you must not be very good. So why would you compare yourself against the lowest people in terms of their ability and their age and so forth? So what is it that makes someone truly exceptional? And I think it really comes down to understanding of how the game is played, and understanding of what things are standing in my way that has prevented me from getting to where I want to go. I think it's much more about the roadblocks than it is the signs and the arrows saying go this way. So, if you look at someone like Tiger, there's a lot of things that went into that in creating a Tiger Woods, and it wasn't all X's and O's. In fact, X's and O's were I would say it's the minority, because others had the same, if not better, X's and O's than Tiger, but no one had his results. So that means that there must be something else. And it's always in the intangible. It's always in the viewpoint. It's always in the level of drive, the level of inspiration, the willingness to examine the things that the majority in the culture do not examine. It's always in those types of things. It's in the soft things, not in the things that you can categorize and put on a blackboard, which is where society always looks. Society is the culture of golf is no different than the culture of business, because it is filled with the same kinds of human beings who are afflicted by the same disorder of looking at the cosmetic and looking at the form, as opposed to looking at the source